Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to challenge a really core belief about where artificial intelligence is heading. For the last few years, the answer has seemed pretty obvious, right? Giant models are the key. But there's a really compelling new argument that suggests the future of AI isn't just big. It's also, believe it or not, incredibly small. Okay, so let's just dive right into this. Right now, the entire AI world is completely dominated by these massive large language models, LLMs. They're the powerful brains behind the AI agents that everyone's talking about, the ones automating tasks, writing code, and totally changing how we work. And what's really wild is the sheer scale of the bet the industry has placed on this bigger is better idea. I mean, look at this. We are seeing a 57 times billion-dollar investment in cloud infrastructure to support a market that's, well, it's currently worth about a tenth of that. It is a massive, massive gamble on the idea that these giant models are the only path forward. But what if that whole assumption is flawed? Because a pretty powerful challenger is stepping into the ring, the small language model. So what in the world is an SLM? Well, it's not just a tiny LLM. The key here is its practicality. We're talking about a language model that is so small and efficient, it can run right on your personal devices, your phone, your laptop, completely offline. Generally, we're talking about models under about 10 billion parameters. So really, the crucial thing to understand is the trade-off. LLMs are these powerful, do-everything generalists that have to live in the cloud and cost a ton to run. SLMs, though, they're efficient specialists that can live right in your pocket. That means more speed, way better privacy, and much, much lower costs. And this really brings us to the heart of the argument. Why would anyone choose small over big? Well, let's break down the 3 big reasons why SLMs are not just some cheaper alternative, but often a smarter one for building AI agents. First off, do not let that small name fool you for a second. These modern SLMs are unbelievably powerful. Just look at these examples. Models like Microsoft's Phi 3 and Salesforce's XLM 2 are consistently punching way above their weight class. They're outperforming giant models on the key tasks that are essential for AI agents, like understanding instructions and actually using tools. Second, and listen, this is a huge deal for any business out there. They are just vastly more economical. And we are not talking about a small discount. Serving a user's request on an SLM is somewhere between 10 and 30 times cheaper than doing the exact same thing on an LLM. That's when you factor in everything: speed, energy, and the raw computation. And the economic benefits just keep getting better. Because they're small, you can specialize them for a brand new task overnight, not in weeks. You can run them locally on your own devices, which is fantastic for speed and privacy. And you can build these really complex AI systems like you're playing with Lego, just snapping together different specialized SLM bricks to add new skills. It's a whole new way of building. And the third point is almost counterintuitive. It's kind of funny. Most AI agents don't actually need the massive, world-spanning knowledge of an LLM. As this research paper points out, agents usually force these giant models to do very narrow, very repetitive tasks. It's a job that a specialized, fine-tuned SLM is perfectly built for. It's basically like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. Okay, so the big question, of course, is, what do we lose by going small? Are we sacrificing that superior general understanding of the world that LLMs have? That secret sauce that makes them feel so powerful? This right here is the main argument you'll hear against SLMs. It's this belief that a bigger model, just because it's bigger, will always be better at any language task, no matter how specialized, simply because it understands more of the world. But that belief misses a couple of really crucial points. For one, you're not comparing apples to apples here. Modern SLMs are often built with smarter, more efficient architectures. They're not bound by the same old scaling laws that LLMs follow. So just comparing them by their parameter count, it's totally misleading. And plus, their agility is their superpower. You can take a general SLM and with very little time and money, you can fine-tune it to become a world-class expert on one specific thing. And in that narrow domain, it can easily smoke the jack-of-all-trades generalist LLM. So if they're powerful, cheaper, and often a better fit for the job, what's stopping the SLM takeover? Why isn't everybody already using them? Well, there are a few real-world hurdles. You've got industry inertia. Remember those massive investments we saw earlier? Then there's the problem of using the wrong yardstick. We're judging SLMs on these broad knowledge tests where LLMs excel instead of the specific agent tasks where the SLMs actually win. And frankly, there's just a lack of awareness because, LLMs get all the headlines. But what's really fascinating is that the path forward is surprisingly clear. Researchers have actually laid out this straightforward 6-step algorithm, like a recipe, for companies to convert their existing agents from using one big, expensive LLM to a whole team of cheap, specialized SLMs. It's a practical roadmap to making the switch. And look, this isn't just some theory. When researchers actually analyzed popular open-source AI agents, they found that a huge percentage of the tasks they do, up to 70% in the case of Cradle, which is an agent that controls your computer's interface, could be handled more efficiently by SLMs, right now, today. So, the crucial takeaway here is this. The future of AI might not be one single giant, all-knowing brain in the cloud. Instead, it could be this diverse ecosystem of millions of small, nimble, specialized experts working everywhere, on our phones, in our cars, in our homes. And the shift, it could democratize AI, making it cheaper, more private, and more adaptable than we ever thought possible. So the only real question left is, what will you build with them?